Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show. 3, 2, 1, boom!
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrivetime Show on your radio. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former USSBA Entrepreneur of the Year, and we're teaching you how to write content for your website. There's a lot of technical information that I'll be going over with you during today's training, so I want to make sure that you take notes, but I also want to make sure that you know that we have show notes for you available at thrivetimeshow.com. If you click on the podcast button, you can find the corresponding notes. So the first thing you have to understand is when you're building your website, if you're wanting to write content for your website, I want to make sure we're not making any taking any unnecessary steps. So Chip, I want to put this on the show notes.
Okay.
Step one, you have to be writing content for a WordPress website, or it's a complete waste of time. So if you're saying, well, how do I write content for my website? And you are writing content for a website that is not WordPress, then you shouldn't write content for that website. It would be like, hey, what's the best way to make an effective billboard? And I would say, well, where's your billboard, buddy? And you'd say, my billboard's in the woods. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
man,
how deep in the woods? Like way deep, like in the Amazonian forest kind of woods. You know, there's like rare species out there. So I would say to you, has anybody ever driven by the billboard? And you'd say, no. And I'd say, well, don't write any words. So again, if your website's not on WordPress, there's no point to do it at all, okay? And I just want to make a note there, Chup, on the show notes. We can do it during the break. But I want to make note that the WordPress was created by Matt Mullenweg, and it currently powers 29%. One study showed 28%, so we'll say 28% of the internet. So, and then we'll list example sites that use WordPress, like CNN uses WordPress, ESPN uses WordPress. You should use WordPress. Use WordPress. But my web guy says I should use Joomla because he's an idiot. My web guy says that I should use this because he's wrong. Well, my web guy says that your web guy is wrong. So Brostradamus, anybody listening, Mr. Incredible, Mrs. Incredible, I humbly submit to you that you need to have a WordPress website. But you probably get a kickback when I make it on a WordPress. No, I don't. I don't. Just do it.
I swear.
All right. So then you have to write 1,000 words of content per page minimum. Now, there is a portion from the book Search Engine for Dummies on page 141 where he explains this in great detail, he being Bruce Clay. Or if you want to learn more about it, you can read How Google Works by Eric Schmidt, the CEO of Google. Or you could read Get Rich Click by Mark Ostrovsky. Either way, you have to write 1,000 words of content per page. And you might say, you mean 1,000 words on my contact us page? Yeah, how would I do it there? That's right. What about on my homepage? 1,000 words? Yes, you want to do 1,000 words on every page, and I will show you the proper way to do this, okay? So what you'll do is you put what matters above the fold, all right? So the next step is you want to put what matters above the fold. Put what matters at the top of your website. They call it above the fold. At the top of your website, put what matters. So if you want an example of what matters, you could go to tiptopk9.com. That's tiptopk9.com. And above the fold, you're going to see on their website. You have to go to their website to see this, though, okay? This is not a metaphysical allegory. This is a specific instruction. Go to tiptopk9.com. And when you go there, you're going to see it says, Good Dog Guaranteed. We fix 95% of problems. Guaranteed, or your money back. Okay, so that is important. That's why it's above the fold. Then it says schedule your $1 first lesson. That's important because it's above the fold. Then you have the star rating, the highest and most reviewed dog training company. You have to have that. These have read reviews. These are all things you have to have. Then you want to have underneath, as you scroll down, the things need to be less important. So now they show you the 3 kinds of training they do. They do potty training, dog training, and puppy training. That's less important than that their first training session is $1 and that they guarantee the results. There's a play video right there. So right above the fold, you see a play button. You can watch their commercial. You can schedule your first lesson, and they have we fix 95% of problems guaranteed. They have that.
They've also got their social proof on there, right? Their
Yes.
as seen ons, the proud members of, those types of things.
Those are the important things. Underneath that, then it's the next lesson. It's called hieratic scaling. Chup, you can put that on the notes. Called hieratic scaling. If you go to journalism school, and they'll teach you this. But what you do is you write the most important thing first. Then underneath it's the second most important or the third most important. You just keep getting less important as you go down. So underneath that, now they have potty training, dog training, and puppy training. And again, they have, yet again, schedule your first lesson for $1. Why? Because they know you're on your smartphone and you might have missed it. So they put it again. Then if you scroll down, they have a video, a demonstration video. You can watch the video. And it says what we can do. And it says we can make your dog come 100% of the time. We can fix jumping. We can eliminate the leash pulling. We can ease anxiety and fear. We can address aggression. We can stop nuisance barking. And again, it gets less important as you go down. Not that it's not important, but if everything is important, then nothing is important.
Oh, that's deep.
The word emphasis is an example. If you were to say, hey, Chup, stop putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yep.
It's weird.
Sounds weird.
But syllable is how you say it, and it's all about the emphasis of how you do it. So emphasis and syllable, so what you do is you put the important stuff first. Then you scroll down, they've got doggy boot camps, which again is not important, but it's less important. Then you scroll down again, and they have their guarantee. Now, if they were going to add 1,000 words of HTML content, and I want to make sure we put that on the show notes, that stands for Hypertext Markup Language. That's the language the internet uses. If your site's not built on HTML, you're going to lose. You have to do it that way. And there's a famous interview where Steve Jobs is being interviewed, and he explains to the interviewer that Flash is terrible. So it doesn't matter what you think about Flash or if your website's built on Flash. Steve Jobs made it where the iPad won't even work on Flash.
Oh,
because he says it's terrible. And now that the iPhones control the majority of internet usage, think about that. The majority of internet users are using a smartphone to search, and the majority of them are using an iPhone. Now, Samsung is catching up, but you've got to make sure you have 1,000 words of content. And so that's how you do it, and you want to have the most important text first. Now, Chup, I teach this every day to entrepreneurs all across the country, so I want to make sure that you as a business coach, because you see a lot of the questions that they have, or they ask you these questions directly. What questions do you have as we recap here? Again, it has to be in WordPress. It has to make sure you have 1,000 words of content. The most important content needs to be at the top. What is maybe something that I'm skipping over that a lot of your clients will ask you from time to time?
I didn't hear very much that you skipped over, but I want to put some more emphasis on the fact that we're talking about it has to be original content, okay? You can't hire somebody without checking them. I promise you, if you hire some people, they're going to just steal stuff or spin it or whatever.
So do not copy your competition's content, because duplicate content will cause you to be banned. Banned?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Are you saying banned? Banned?
Banned.
Like a band? Like there's like a, we'll hire a band. A band.
Yeah, no.
So I should copy content.
Oh, bands are fun. We should,
No. Like a
you're
band.
saying panda.
Panda.
With a D.
Like spray, Pam.
Panda, like a marsupial.
Oh, put some Pam on that so it won't stick.
If you want to stick, don't copy that content.
Oh, all right. All right, so
I'm sorry. Who's
banned, BANNED. You do not copy your competition's content, because duplicate content will cause your website to be banned from the Google searches. Don't outsource the content creation of your content for the main pages of your website. Oh, but I'd like to outsource. I'd love to always give the Google record to the guy who calls me on the phone. He said, you get to be the top of Google, Chup. Chup, you get to be the top of Google.
They said it was only $300.
Stop yelling at me, Chup.
It would be $300.
Stop yelling at me. Chup, all you got to do is give me a credit card, and I will get you to the top of Google.
Well, that sounds good.
Do you not like being top of Google?
That sounds like I need to do
Chup?
that. I like it.
Sign up right now.
Okay.
Give me your credit card.
You win.
What was your name again?
Not Chup.
You know you get more calls from people and emails from people that want you to get to top of Google after you're topping Google.
That is what is
Excuse me.
funny.
Excuse me. Is this Mr. Steve Carrington? I'm calling on a phone for somehow I knock when it rings. It's crazy. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Mr.
I'm
Carrington.
calling from India. I have a question for you. No, do you want to be top of Google? No?
No, I am topping Google. That's why you're calling me.
Or are you referring to your dub?
The dub.
Jump. Stop yelling at me, Chump. Okay. So here's, in all sincerity, though, you're going to get a lot of calls from internet scammers all the time. Stop laughing at me, Chump.
I would never.
When I get one of
He's
those
so
emails,
racist. He's
you
so
know what
sexist. He's so prejudiced. He hates outsourcing to India.
I always email them back and I say, please contact my SEO guy, founder at thrive15.com, or, some email that goes that I know will go to
I know that I cold called you, but if I could put you on hold for a second, I would have some really amazing Punjabi music I'd like for you to hear. Every song includes the dubba 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 dub. Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right. So you want to make sure you have 1,000 words of content per page. You got to do it, okay? Now, here's the deal. These are the rules. You got to write these down. I'm going to go fast. You've got to include the keyword that you're focused on getting to the top of Google for one time in your meta title. You have to include it twice in the meta description. Once in the meta keywords. I don't know what these things are. Your coach will help you. If you don't have a coach, I don't have a coach. I don't know why. Just go to thrivetimeshow.com and schedule your one-on-one coaching session. Your coach will help you. So then you have to have it once, your keyword once in the first sentence of your page. So you have to have once in the first sentence of your on-page content. This is big because a lot of people don't get this, okay? Then you have to have your keyword twice in the first 200 words and 5 times in the first 10 paragraphs. What are those rules again? Once in the meta title tag, twice in the 2-sentence meta description. Once in the meta keyword. I can't handle all these rules.
So many metas.
Once in the first sentence of your on-page content. Twice in the first 200 words and 5 times in each of the first 10 paragraphs. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. This is crap. I sell this for a living, and there's no way you could possibly do what I could not possibly do.
Passionate.
I spend my entire day frauding people and telling them they can get them to the top of Google, and you actually can do it. I don't believe it. Prove it. Okay, fine. So what you'll do is search for Jinx men's haircuts.
Oh, do it right now.
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to take my own challenge.
I'm going to do it too.
You're going to challenge yourself?
Yeah, I'll do it
Wow.
faster.
Don't do it, Steve.
You're pretty proud. Okay, so you type in Jinx men's haircuts, and look, we're top for every search result. Oh, so now it comes down. Whoever has the most content wins. So
literally everyone.
I know. So elephant in the room, we invest about $6,000 a month in writing content. I like to put a couple hundred pages of content up on my site. Every single month. So you need to write at least 1,000 words of content for it to count as a page. And if you don't know how to do that, I'd recommend that you reach out to your coach. And now we got Ryan on the show with Tip Top Canine. So I'm going to ask you, Ryan, you train dogs for a living?
Yes, sir.
Was it mind-blowing for you when you discovered that to get to the top of Google, you literally just have to have the most content once it's laid out right?
Yes.
Did it seem
I thought
like
there was like crazy wizardry?
You thought it's going to be more complicated?
Super black magic, because I hear talk to SEO guys, and you hear all types of wild stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Lord. Most people want to tell you that it's too hard to figure. You'll never be able to do it, so then they're stuck with you, right?
Exactly.
Or you're stuck with them.
I joke about this because, again, I have several good friends that are from India, and there's a lot of great we have doctors we go to that are from India. But what happens is there's these companies that are calling from India that will literally tell you they can get you to the top of Google for like just pennies on the dollar. All you got to do is give them a credit card and pay $1,000 a month, and you'll be top in like 9 months. Or they'll charge you like $450 a month to maintain your rank. Or what are some scams you've seen there, Ryan? There's some pretty good scams out there.
Yeah, well, pay monthly for links, monthly
backlinks.
Yeah, backlinks. Yeah, I had that with the ads. That if I give him access to my ad account, he can cut my ad cost in half.
Right.
Literally, hey, we're just going to spend half of the amount.
We would negotiate with Google to get you a factory direct cost because we eliminate the middleman.
Google certified.
He was a Google certified advertiser.
I'm a Google satisfied satisfied vendor. I'm also a certified vendor. I will also say, though, I do have a neat little kiosk in the mall where I have these neat off-brand drones. You should come and see sometime. You should see my drones and my SEO services. And I do have some amazing curry chicken, too, if you'd like. Now, have you ever used off-brand batteries, Chup?
Yeah, no.
We got the off-brand. No. These are all things I have available for you at SEOinc.com. Look at my colorful website. It looks like my mother made it. But she did. We worked together in the drone shop.